It's your boy Chef Luke back again for another episode of Greatest Creations. And you already know what we're doing today, baby. It's all about the tomahawk.
Take care of these bad boys. Look at them. Raw, uncooked, uneducated. It's up to us to help them cook up into happy, healthy steaks. Now, we don't want to mess with them too much. Important to give them their space. But if we're not careful, they could wind up overcooked and off to college before you know it. And all you'll be able to think about are the times you could have talked to them and you didn't.
I'm going to show you how to make an amazing steak dinner. It's going to save you tons over what you're doing at your local steakhouse. We're going to stuff it. It's going to be amazing. Just watch. Check us out. Let's do it.
You ain't gotta see the worth. Every situation different. Trust if you feeling out of luck or if you stuck, homie, you just can't miss this. It's so easy, you be thinking it's absurd. Gotta see the glory in the hurt. I remember back in apartments, humble beginnings, what I start with. I'm still humble if you checking out my carton. 2% we wasn't dancing like we Carlton. A product of the system living in our margins. Harvest all the planet, seeds I've been demanding. Trees taken for granted, faith just couldn't stand it. Standing on solid rock, now that's a firm foundation. We've been waiting and I'm praying we gon' make it. Face it, this year ain't even go the way we want it. Double jointed, two-faced, but now we on it. Seeing your true colors in this light and it's alarming.
We all know that every great dish starts with great ingredients, right? So you definitely want to make sure you start off by getting you a nice cut of meat, preferably a nice tomahawk between 1 to 1.5 inches thick. Definitely don't forget your black truffles, your carrots, and your mushrooms as part of the roasting process. And definitely don't forget your Irish butter. That's so important to the basting. Definitely want to make sure we grab that. All right, get your mushrooms as well as your peppers. All right, now that we got that going, go ahead and take that out of the packaging. Get you a nice cooling rack to place that on. And start by making an incision inside the top part of the meat. You want to make sure that incision is anywhere between 1 to 3 inches deep. The reason for that is we're going to use that incision point and we're going to take our blended mushrooms as well as our bell peppers, and we're going to stuff that right on inside that cavity that we created. This is going to allow that flavor to penetrate from both the outside as well as the inside of the meat. Creates for a perfect presentation when you go to cut it open. So you want to make sure you get that stuffed in there nice and even, no big bubble spots. Make sure it's a nice, even distribution. After that, go ahead and take your avocado oil, get that brushed on as a nice smooth layer so you can add your seasoning as a binding. I typically like to just stick to typical old black pepper as well as salt. Once you got that seasoned all over, go ahead and take your butcher's twine. You're going to make sure that you put that in even segments, preferably anywhere between 2 to 3 feet. This is going to allow you to tie that all the way around and make sure that steak gets nice and closed off. All right. After you do that, go ahead and take your injector. I took some butter, blended it with a little bit of the leftover truffle, and we went ahead and injected that right onto the steak. And then take any excess that you had, just rub it right over the middle of the steak, right? Perfect. Get everything laid out nice and good on your cooling rack with your mushrooms as well as your carrots. You're going to cook all that together. Put the oven on 425 degrees. You're going to do that for right at 20 minutes. Once that's done, when you're getting to that last couple minutes, go ahead and take your cast iron skillet and prepare your butter and your rosemary and thyme. You want to use this time to allow that thyme and rosemary to really infuse in the butter. Then put your steak right on there. This is going to allow you to get that perfect sear, right? Great thing about doing a reverse sear method is you're going to get a nice even cook, but you definitely want to make sure you have your cast iron pot for the next part so you get that perfect bark, that perfect nice crust that we're looking for. So as that's cooking, you want to make sure you're tilting your pan and basting it all over, making sure you're getting an even cook. If you need to, go ahead and add some extra butter to that. That's just going to help you get a nice even coat. It also infuses the steak with additional flavor. So you want to make sure you're getting it cooked from the inside as well as the out. So that's why you want to baste every single part of your steak. All right, let's go on and cut into that thing. See how we did. You already know it's about to smack. You know.